Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of No Holds Barred. My name is Ezio, and I welcome you here to my sort of thoughts video at the end of these journeys, these games that we play here on the channel. And today's game, well, we have just, right this moment, wrapped up our Let's Play of A Hat in Time. I'm not going to say it's a completionist Let's Play because there's still plenty we need to do, and I'll go into that. But it's definitely going to, by the end of this stream, I'm doing this halfway in the middle of the stream for a change. By the end of this, we will have 100% of this game. At least the 100% of the base game. So, what is A Hat in Time? Well, it is a 3D platformer in the same vein as Super Mario, the 3D Mario games. And I'd like to say it has a smidge of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy mixed in. It's definitely it's a more humor-oriented game. It's also easily one of my favourite games of all time. Admittedly, I've only played the base game once, but even then it left an impression on me. So, with a bit of time to kill before Cyberpunk 2077 releases, and we'd finished our Mario 64 playthrough, I thought, well, I'll give this a try, see if it's as good as I remember it, play the new DLC, and I'd already bought it on Switch, so I thought, well, we'll play the Switch version, just to see how it runs. Well, good news first. The game is still as amazing as I remember it. The gameplay is still very tight. The platforming is still absolutely fantastic. The characters, I could gush about the characters for hours. I absolutely love each and every one of them. The writing is fantastic. Graphics, I won't say the greatest in the world, but at the same time, it serves its purpose. It's a very cutesy game, and I really appreciate that. I'm more for cutesy. I can deeply appreciate it. You can tell maybe it's just the Switch version I'm playing. Maybe there's some loss there, but for a lot of it, the graphics work fine. Performance, if I had to recommend this game, it'd be on PC. End of. The Switch version works. It's a workable version. It'll work. It's ported over reasonably well. There are some issues, however. The frame rate on anything in the distance is very choppy. It's like it can't handle doing long distance stuff. Fair enough given the hardware. There are also a few bugs. I've definitely had slowdown issues as I've been playing through the game, especially in the DLC packs. I've had the game stuttering, I've had it just freeze randomly, or in one instance of one of the Death Wish missions, it started at about 4 FPS. It slowly chugged itself up to full 30 FPS, but at the same time, yeah, there were definitely a few crashes, with the most notable one being in the final DLC, where after over an hour of gameplay, in the middle of the boss fight, the game just crashed. Straight to the Switch menu, nothing I could do. And it didn't checkpoint it properly, so we ended up losing, or at least that entire section of the Let's Play. So it's on the channel if you ever care to look at it, but yeah, it was not a good time. So I definitely recommend getting this on PC. As for a game, as for the game ports aside, however, as for the game as the game, as I said, one of my favorites. It is amazing. It plays well. It's a brilliant written story. The humour is on point, at least for me. I know humour is a very personal thing. For me, I thought this game was hilarious. I absolutely loved the Mafia. The Mafia in the game. The Mafia goons. Not saying the Mafia. Well, anyway, yes, I love the Mafia of cooks. Mafia is most pleased with this game. Snatcher as well, if only because I like to just laugh maniacally and shout, "Fool!" Oh, and then there's Deadbird Studio with the Scottish conductor and, I'm not sure what accent that was, and DJ Grooves. It is all an amazing game. It's definitely creepy in places. It's brilliantly fun in others. It's got its challenges. The platforming, if you're a seasoned platformer, you may find it fairly done. You might find it fairly easy. Me, I'm not really a platformer gamer. I play RPGs mostly, so I found it was a good level of challenge. However, there is also the DLC pack in the Switch version and the PC. I don't believe there's a DLC pack released for Xbox and PlayStation yet. That might change. But for the moment, there is the Seal the Deal Let's Play Seal the Deal DLC where you go on an Arctic cruise and the seals in it are absolutely more adorable than they have any right to be. And it's like so good swan song after the main story, where you get to see all the characters you met along the way on this cruise. And it takes place before the end of the game, but it's nice to see. And then there's the Nicusa Metro, and as maybe the story isn't as brilliant as it could have been, but what it lacks in the story, it definitely makes up in the gameplay. I love the environment of the Nicusa Metro. It's an underground sort of dungeon, and you've got all free roam. It's free roam, and you've got all sorts, and you can go to so many places, and you go to the different stations and collect the timepieces. And there's a sort of like undertale of a mafia going on, as you would expect for something called Nicusa Metro. It's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. I could not recommend this game highly enough. As always, soundtrack. I love this soundtrack. I've got it on my Spotify playlist in part. I have it playing now, but YouTube can be quite shady with soundtracks and stuff, so I've left it muted here, but I love the soundtrack. There are some slip the net, some just fade into the background, but there are others like the main theme or the final theme and the theme of the final boss fight, or even the first boss fight of the game. There are so many good tracks in this that they could make for brilliant listening, and they do, and it's brilliant. I think that's everything. What have we covered? We've covered gameplay, we've covered graphics, yeah, very cutesy, the ports, the fidelity of the port. Like I said, the port desperately needs some quality of life patches. It just does. It needs some fixes. It needs to be stabilized in places. I couldn't, at this point, recommend the Switch port of this game. Is a Hat in Time portable? Yes. But at the same time, I'm playing it with the Switch in TV mode, plugged into the dock on a screen. I don't know how well this game will run in handheld mode. I've not tried it yet. Maybe I will, but for the moment, I can't say it probably run particularly well. And I've just remembered as well, another part of the DLC. But we'll go back, the base game. Base game and the story DLC, fantastic. If you're a casual gamer, you'll love them. However, in the first DLC pack, there is an addition. The deal part of Seal the Deal. The Death Wish contracts. Oh, if you are a gamer who loves a challenge, you will love these. If you are a completionist, you will hate these. If you are me, they will drive you mad. The Death Wish contracts are specialized short missions in the game. The contracts themselves add up to 10% of the completion score. There are, however, bonuses in the completion contracts. Some are benign, like beat a boss without using any of the abilities on your hat. Beat a boss or don't get beneath more than 1% health, or complete the stage in 7 jumps, etc, etc. Then there are some really, or there's one where it's complete the level in 65 seconds. That one was fun. You can see me doing that on the Twitter. But yeah, some I've played through so far definitely need balancing. One in particular was just, I gave up on it. I took the easy route, I switched into easy mode just on that mission because I could not do it. I refused to do it on the base of principle that it was just not a balanced mission. So I don't know, by the end of this maybe I'll do a follow-up, no holds barred, on the Seal the Deal DLC Death Wish contracts. I don't know, probably not, but even so. So yeah, bear that in mind. Death Wish contracts are, as the name entails, they are Death Wish contracts. They will make you hate the game easily if you're not prepared, so take them with a pinch of salt. But for the rest of it, that's completely optional. That is an optional side of the game. You don't need to worry about that. Base game, yes, if you get the chance to play it, play it. Brilliant. It absolutely is. I love this game. I think that's everything. I think I've covered everything. We've covered graphics, we've covered the Death Wish contracts, we've covered the gameplay, we've covered... I mean, I could go a bit deeper into gameplay and point out... It's, like I said, it's a 3D platform, and you've got hats which have various powers, which is the gimmick of the game. It's like Mario with his power-ups. So there we go. I've covered that as well. We've covered the soundtrack, we've covered everything. So with that said, I think I've gotten my thoughts out there. I've gotten my feelings across. Like I said, pick up this game if you get the chance. Show it some love. I love this game. It's brilliant. Anyway, with that said, I shall leave it off there. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you around the channel. If you feel like, if you've enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed any of the Let's Plays you've watched on this channel so far, please feel free to give it a thumbs up or a subscription. Give the channel a subscribe. If not, that's fine. And hopefully I'll see you at some point on the Twitch stream. Stop in and say hi. But anyway, with that said and done, until our paths next cross again. Thank you very much for watching. May you all have a beautiful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it is around the whole wide world you are. And as always, until our paths next cross again, the vortex awaits. And I'll see you all next time.